Hello friends, in today's session for Fundamentals of Management, we're going to study about various challenges, problems or the issues that come across the way for delegation of authority. I'm Professor Asta Sahani from IMS Ghaziabad University Courses campus. So let's discuss the challenges and problems that come in the path of delegation of authority. These problems can be studied on three aspects, that is on the aspects of superiors, on the aspects of subordinates, and on the aspect of organization as a whole. So the challenges that come across on the part of the superiors while they are delegating the authority can be resistance. A manager may think that he can do the job better himself, and so he will be so he will avoid delegating the so he will avoid delegating the authority. He believes in I can do it better myself. Such executives often often oppose the idea of sharing the authority with others. The second is lack of ability the second is lack of ability to plan and direct. Lack of ability of the manager to correctly plan and issue suitable instructions in guiding the subordinates, though he is willing to delegate, creates hurdles in the way of effective delegation. Lack of willingness to let go is the third point. This describes the dominance over the work of subordinates at each step and hampers the process of delegation. Moreover, a manager may be afraid that if he lets the subordinate make decisions, he may outshine him. The fourth point is lack of willingness. The fourth point is lack of willingness to trust subordinates. Delegation implies a trustful attitude between the superiors and the subordinate. Lack of confidence in the capacity, ability, and dependability of the subordinate obstructs the superior to delegate authority. Since a manager lacks confidence in the subordinates, he will not delegate authority to give him any chance to make mistakes and learn how to take corrective decisions. And the last is lack of controls. While delegating authority, the superior must find means of assuring himself that the authority is being used to accomplish the given assignments. Where the manager does not set up adequate controls or has no means of knowing the use of authority, he may hesitate to delegate the authority to the subordinates. So moving ahead, the challenges that are faced on the part of the subordinates can be: the subordinates may lack self-confidence because of incompetencies. Subordinates may lack confidence because of incompetencies or fear of failure. Secondly, subordinates may fear criticism or may have been victims of undue criticism for committing mistakes in the past. Thirdly, some people prefer to depend upon the boss for taking decisions. Subordinates may be willing, the next point is subordinates may be unwilling to accept delegation where required information and facilities are not available or when effective communication is lacking. There may be fifth can be there may be there may not be sufficient the fifth point can be there may be Fifth point can be there may not be sufficient incentives for accepting additional responsibilities. So subordinates might deviate or subordinates may not be willing to take delegation from their superiors. Lastly, subordinates will not accept delegation when they are already overloaded or when they feel that delegation will merely increase burden on them. So these were some of the challenges that subordinate faces, and they avoid taking delegation of authority. And the last is the challenges that are on the part of the organization. The faults contributing to the weakness of delegation in practice may also lie with the organization. They may include defective organization structure and non-clarity of authority responsibility relationships, inadequate planning by the top management or the member in concerns. Splintered authority can either be challenged for the organization for delegation of authority. Infringement of the principle of unity of command can another be example for non-delegation of authority. And the last is lack of effective control. If effective control is not maintained by the persons who are delegating the authority, then it acts as a main challenge in delegation of authority. Thus, organizations should maintain proper channels for delegation of authority, and there should not be any duplication of efforts. So these were some of the challenges or obstacles that come across the way of delegation of authority. That's all for today's session. Thank you.